This is what you're making today, and I am going to show you how to do it step by step. Hello everyone, and welcome to Crafting with Delonda. It's me again, Delonda, and thank you so much for joining me today. As I said, I am going to show you how to make this with your Caesar Romeo or Caesar Juliet. I am going to take you step by step through the full process. And don't forget, in case you didn't know, you can slow the video down. You can rewind it as much as you need to and take your time as you go through the steps. You might even need your craft journal. If you find this tutorial helpful, please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Now, without further ado, you should get started. Let's start with the materials and then we'll head right in to Leonardo Design Studio. The materials I'm using for this tutorial include my Caesar Romeo, Rhinestone Flock, Caesar Glitter HTV, SS10 Icy Crystal AB Hot Fix Rhinestones. I'll use this brush to brush the rhinestones in. This is called Hot Fix Tacky Tape. It is specifically used for the transfer of rhinestones. I will use a green Cricut standard grip mat, and I'll use a template mat to place the template after it has been cut. I'm putting this on a black shirt. It's already back there on the heat press. That is a 16 by 20 auto open wallet press that I purchased from Heat Transfer Warehouse. All of the materials will be linked below the video. If you have a question about whether or not this can be done with the Juliet, pretty much everything that you can do with the Romeo, you can also do it with the Juliet, just on a smaller scale. And you will need Leonardo Design Studio Pro. I do have a link below the video, and I think my link also gives you a discount. Now let's head into the software. I am in Leonardo Design Studio Pro. The first thing I'm going to do is go down here to the T for text, and I'm going to type my text. The font that I'm using is one that's called Clarity. I think I downloaded it from the Creative Fabrica website. I'll leave a link to it below. I'm going to type the word sparkle. And I do want to have it welded. I do have show glyphs on. You can turn it on or turn it off. I do have the text in bold. Okay, so I'm going to click apply, and I'm going to bring the size of it down. I can look right here and see that it's already at a width of 11.441, and that's definitely big. Let me turn on the light background so we can see it. I'm going to bring the width down to right at 9.5. So I'll come over here to the properties panel, click on color picker, and for the width, I'll change it to 9.5. Okay, and the height is adjusted automatically. Now, if you want to have the height adjusted, you can still do that just by, kind of dragging it like this. And there you go. So right now the width is still at 9.5. I think that's a fair size. And the height is at 4.174. This will not matter if you're not making a shirt the same size I'm making it. So if you want to make one bigger than that, of course you can, make yours as big as you want. All right. The next thing I'm going to do, let me bring it back to 9.5. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is start to add the offset. So I'm coming down here to this menu down here, and I'll click on the option that says build contours, and it's a star with a star. So I'll click right there, and what I'm going to do is click on the editable contour, cut only. I'm going to include holes, and for my first offset, I'm bringing it up to 110. So right here, it's going to say 0.110, and I'm going to click apply. And there it is. So you can see just by looking that the width is already a lot bigger, right? So I'm already at 9.720. With that black layer still selected, I'm going to add my next offset. Now, just like a lot of other software applications, you can look at the layers panel to see what's going on. So I can see my first layer is green and it's still considered as text, but that offset is not text. It's considered as a shape. So right now I have the shape selected. How do I know I have the shape selected? Because that's what's highlighted. Okay, so I'm going to come back down here. I'm going back to build contours, going to editable contour. And this time I want the offset to be a different color. So you can change it to whatever color you want. I'm going to change mine to blue. I'm going to include the holes, and I'm bringing my second offset up to 150. So I'm just going to, you can start to click just like I'm doing right here, or you can actually type in the number that you plan to use. So I'm bringing my second one up to 0.150. Okay, and I'm going to click apply. Okay, so I have my text, I have the shape right there, the black line offset, then I have the blue offset. So I'm going to, with the blue offset selected, I'm going to add another offset for a total of 3. Coming back down to editable contour, include the holes, and this time I'm changing the color again. Let's change it to red, and I am going to bring this one up. I'm coming all the way up. Let's see. Okay, so let's keep going. We want it to be big. I want mine to be right at 0.173. Okay, I'm going to click apply, and now we're finished with that. Now I have, let's see what size this is. Oh, so I'm at 10.366. Now, if you wanted to add another offset, you definitely could, but I think this is already a fair size. What I'm going to do now, I can look in my layers panel and see that I have everything selected. I am going to right click with my mouse. I'm going to go to edit, add copy, edit, add copy, and I'm just going to bring one over here. Just in case I make a mistake, I won't have to do all that over again. All right, so now with this, I can go ahead and select the black layer, which is my first offset. I'm going to select the black layer. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to select rhinestones. And I'm going to the fit and fill. If you look at my rhinestone size, I'm on SS10. With the PP21 and 2.8 millimeters. Okay, so if you're using a different size rhinestones, find the one that you're using. Keep in mind right here, I'm going to click on fit and fill options. I am going to select border only and offset. So you can see though, if it wasn't on offset, let me show you. See, it would be like right on the line, and I don't want mine right on the line. I do want it to be offset from the line. And I am going to bring the spacing up to 50%, okay? And I do not have it fit equally. And for my fill options, I mean, everything right here is on grid, and I have all of these on 5%, but this doesn't matter because I'm only doing offsets anyway. Okay, so I'm going to click accept. And I can see that I have an offset around the black outline. Okay, so now let's go to the blue outline. I want to select the blue outline or the blue offset, and I'm going to go back to rhinestones. I'm going to go to fit and fill, border only, offset, and this time I'm bringing it up to 75. Okay, and I don't have anything selected right here for fit equally, and you know, with this one little rhinestone right here, it doesn't really bother me, but if it bothers you, I'll show you how to remove that. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do right there. I'm going to click accept, and I can see I have a second outline, and that looks really good to me. All right, so now I'm going to click on the red outline or offset, and I'm going to click on rhinestones, coming right here to rhinestones, fit and fill, border only, offset, spacing. I'm going all the way up to 100. 100 is the highest you can go. Okay. All right. So I can see that it's going to be, you know, a nice offset around my rhinestones. I'm going to click accept, and there is my template, and I think it looks so good. All right, so now what I'm going to do is turn those color layers off. So I'm going to, with the red layer selected right here, I am going to just turn it off. Okay, I'm going to go to the blue layer, turn it off, go into the black layer, turn it off. And all I'm left with is the part that will be my actual vinyl where it says sparkle, and then everything that's around it, which will be, of course, rhinestones. Now, this is where you can start to clean it up, right? So let's kind of zoom in and see if there are anything or any pieces that we want to remove. So what we would do is kind of zoom in so we can look at it. I'm pressing the F3 key on my keyboard. If I press F3, that's going to zoom me in really close. If I press F4, it'll zoom out. All right, so when I look at these, now this is why I do want to have my dark matte, okay? So I'm going to turn on my dark background, and I am going to select this first layer right here. And I'm going to right click, and what I want to do is go to paths, ungroup paths. Some of these I really don't want, like these rhinestones right here. I don't really want those. So I'm going to just delete that, delete, delete, delete. I don't really feel like those are necessary. Okay, I like that. I'm going to delete these. And these right here, I'm going to hold, and then select. I'm trying to do my best to select multiple rhinestones. And I just want to kind of move those over a little bit. Like that. I'm sorry if you hear my dog in the background. Sometimes he is a little bit jealous. All right, and I don't really think I need these right here. I'm going to delete these. And this right here will be a matter of personal preference. I don't really feel like I need those. I honestly don't feel like I need anything on the inside because I really just wanted more of a burst effect. So I really don't feel like I need that at all. And with a template like this, it would be really nice to use like puff vinyl. You can use glitter vinyl. You have a lot of different options. Okay, so. Oh, okay. So this rhinestone right here is along with that second layer. So what I need to do is select that second layer, right click, and go to paths and ungroup paths. Okay. Need to delete that one and that one. Kind of want to delete this one too. I think I just want to take all of these out. I don't really want them. To stay like in the holiday spirit, I can make these any color, right? So let's click on that greenish layer and let's change it. Let's see, what green would look like. And maybe we want the rhinestones to be white to have like a sparkle effect. Or we can come back to our layers panel. Now it's time to select the rhinestones. We can come right down here to more, and we can click select shapes by color. And we want to select the blue color, right? And we're going to click accept. And I can see that I have all of my rhinestones selected. It lets me know that I need 348 rhinestones. I can right click and I can group the rhinestones. Okay, so I need 348 rhinestones for this template. And let's see, let's change the color and see if we like it. Let's see, that's really pretty. If we wanted to do, let's see, this color, let's see if we want to do it in red. I'm sure I'm going to love it. I do. I love it a lot, actually. And I don't think there's really much else I need to even look at, but you'll be able to play around with this and, use the colors that you have on hand. I'm definitely going to be using glitter vinyl, but this will look nice with a lot of different colors. Like if I wanted the rhinestones to be, let's see what they would look like in green. That's really pretty. If I wanted to do like one layer in white and then, you know, change up the other outer layers, I could have done that before I grouped the whole thing. But, you know, you can do it. There are so many possibilities. The possibilities are literally endless. Okay, so I'm going to change mine back to white, even though it really doesn't matter, because what matters is what I actually brush in. Okay, so this looks really good to me. The size of my template is 10.691 by 5.361. And if you're using Leonardo Design Studio Pro and you wanted to save this to say export it into Cricut Design Space, you can select the whole template and then you can click on File, Export Artwork, and then, you know, save it wherever you want to save it. Save it as an SVG. I can click Save. And I can call it whatever I want to call it. I can call this Sparkle Burst. And the width is, what did I say it was? 10.691 by 5.361. And I can say that it is what? SS10. And I'm going to save it as an SVG. I can click save and I could, you know, go and open it in Cricut Design Space, which I'm not, but now I have it saved. I am ready to click send and I'm going to, let's click cancel. Oh, it's fine. I thought it wasn't selected. If you wanted to just be sure, because these rhinestones are white, you know, you can just change the color of the rhinestones so you can make sure you can see them on the next layer. Let's click right there and click apply. That looks fine anyway. Let's select everything, click send design. There's my template. I can click send. And now it's time to get this cut. I am going to move this up just a little bit. I'll get this cut. I'm going to mirror this. This is going to be my glitter HTV, and this is going to be white rhinestones, and it's not going to be mirrored, and I'll get this sent to the cutter. Everything I'll do from here will be back on the camera. Back of the rhinestone flock, there is a backing. I keep the backing on. I know that, you know, other content creators have different opinions about that, but I like to just cut mine with the backing on it. And I am going to get my mat loaded into the machine. And I am going to cut this at a speed of 8 and a force of 80 with just the regular Caesar blade. I'm not using any special blade, just the regular blade. Okay, so a quick area test first. Make sure. Okay, that looks really good. All right, and I am going to send this to the cutter. Okay, so it's finished cutting. It cut really fast. Let's take a look at it. I have a weeding tool right here. This is an off-brand pen that I got from Amazon. Look at that. Look at that. That is exactly how it's supposed to look. Now, all of this, I need to cut away this excess flock because this can be used for something else. I know there are people who cringe when I waste material, so I won't do that. But I will cut away the excess and I'll get this placed on a template. So here's the template. It's on the template mat. And what I'm going to do is remove any of the flock that should have been removed when it was cut. So I'm just looking carefully to see if I see any more. Like I can see one right here. I don't know if you can see that. There's one right there. So I'll just go through and clean it up as much as I need to. And I can start to get my glitter HTV cut and area test. Double check. Perfect. Bringing the cut settings down to 8. and 30. I'm going to remove the vinyl from the mat. You can see it's cut. I don't know if you can see it, but it is. And I'll cut away the excess vinyl. I'll get this weeded, and I will start brushing in the rhinestones. Now, I'm not going to do an overhead view, but I'll make sure that the camera is in a position where you can see me brushing this in. This will be a very simple template to start with. I can see where I didn't pull one out right there, but I'll get that all fixed. Okay, so now let's go ahead and brush them in. I'm using Icy Crystal AB, and this is SS10. I'm gonna pour a generous amount of rhinestones. Put the cap on, move it out of the way, and use this brush. I'm just gonna brush continuously until all of the rhinestones are in the holes face up. You'll know if they're face up because they'll be shiny. On the back, there is adhesive on the rhinestones, and that's what sticks them to your shirt. When I'm washing my rhinestone shirts or my hoodies, sweatshirts, whatever, I just turn mine inside out. I wash them the regular way. I dry them the regular way. I don't do anything other than turn the shirt or whatever inside out. I know there are people who hang to dry. I don't have time to remember that. I don't have time to think about that. And I haven't lost any rhinestones in the wash at all. None. Okay. I'm going to just keep brushing until they're all brushed in and they're all face up. I'm going to speed this part up. I literally thought I was brushing on camera, but I wasn't. But I have a lot of videos that demonstrate how to brush in a template. You just keep brushing until all of the rhinestones are in the holes face up, okay? And then when you finish doing that, you kind of move the excess rhinestones out of the way. And I just go over mine gently, like with my finger, just to make sure that I don't have any doubles, so I'm just feeling it like this, just a gentle rub across it, make sure I don't have any doubles, and then I'm going to get the Hot Fix Tacky Tape, and I am going to place it on top so I can transfer the template to my shirt. Now, this is a hard thing to do. This is probably the hardest part of using rhinestones, is transferring this tape, because it's very sticky and you can't hesitate when you're doing this. Okay, so I'm going to try to, let me zoom out so you can kind of see it. I'm going to just kind of have like a taco method, and I'm just put it down super fast. Now, I'm at a disadvantage in my positioning, but I'm going to do my best. Just put it down fast, just like that. And you want to get them all stuck to the transfer tape. And now, before I move this, I'm going to go ahead and clean this up. I normally just use the lid to clean this up. I already have a crease down the middle of my shirt. So now I'm going to press the vinyl. Okay. I'm going to come down just a little bit more than I normally do, because I normally come 3 fingers down, but I know I need to save space for the offset, so I'm going to do that. first layer. Going to pull that off. It looks really good. Oh my gosh. So I have increased the temperature on my heat press to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm waiting for it to reach that temperature so we can continue with the rhinestones. So here is my layer of rhinestones. I'm going to just remove it from the backing and make sure that they're stuck down really good. I think this is going to be very pretty. Now, as I'm pulling this off, all of my rhinestones should be stuck to the transfer tape. That's my template. I never have to cut that template again. Here's my, see that? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That looks so good. Now let me go ahead and tell you that this already looks so good and I can't wait to peel it back. I do see places that need to be filled in and I'll show you how to fill those in if that happens to you also. Like there's like a space right here that I need to add a rhinestone, one here. All right, my heat press has reached the desired temperature. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this and press this for 15 seconds. All right, let's pull it out. This is always my favorite part. Look at that. OMG, that looks so good. That looks so good. Oh my gosh. So now let me grab my rhinestones, my extra ones, and I'll show you how I'm going to use my wax pen to fill in those spots. So what I'm going to do is with my rhinestones, I'm going to just open it and grab just a couple and just put them right here on top of the shirt. I'm using the tip of the wax pen and I'll just put them in place where I didn't put them in place, and I'll make sure to press them. Just going to press them again, and rhinestones can be pressed multiple times without it impacting them at all. Okay, so that's fine. So now I'm going to go ahead and close this up and press this one more time. All right, let's take a look at how good this looks. I love this so much. And let's go over to the table and let me give you my final thoughts and we will get ready to land this plane. All right, so this is our finished shirt and I think it looks so good. I see a couple of places where I might need to add a rhinestone or two, but for now it looks really good and hopefully you feel confident enough to give this process a try. I have all the confidence that you can do this with no problems. Now, once again, if you did find this tutorial helpful, please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Bye.